Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Moa coming to you again out in the highway and the byway, bringing on this gospel of truth to edify the hope and elect of the Yahshua of Israel, who the world ignorantly calls blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, the 1 or 2/3 of our people of the impending judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, is going to bring on Great Babylon, America, and on this earth. It's always a pleasure to let the Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man who's actually red, know the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to judge you real soon for all of your iniquities. But we get started like turn the east, give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors and teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise, what has been on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and you brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. All right, here we go. All right, back on the highway and the byway. Okay, bring on this gospel and the truth. Had a very interesting week. You got assassination of the little Edomite prick, who talk a lot of shit about Jake. Lord put his ass back in the spirit world. To Wadi Habba Shemel Shai Bashim Takadash for that. Okay, you have turmoil that's brewing across this earth, as the scriptures speaks about it. Okay, seditions amongst men. You have this demonic Nero Trump is assembling, or basically strategically placing all of his service members, or basically his sentries all across Great Babylon, America, which is going to cause these cities to get locked down. Of course, we know what's going to take place as the people decide to fight against that government. And as I speak right now, I can smell the scent, okay, of marijuana coming from the car that just went by in the back of me. Okay, and this is what our people does. Okay, they rather smoke a little, they rather smoke away and pollute the little bit of brains that they have in their head with this garbage, okay, calling it, medicine. But that's okay, all right? But anyways, let's go into the scriptures, okay? We got a, God willing, an edifying camp today, okay? This is the book of Ecclesiastes 8, and starting verse 11, and it reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So you think Esau of them is ever going to stop doing the bullshit that they're doing on this earth? You think they're going to stop poisoning the atmosphere? You think that they're going to stop persecuting these doggone so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos? You think that they're going to stop poisoning the food? Okay? You think that they're going to stop blaspheming the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai? You think they're going to stop exalting themselves as the Most High? Do you think that they're going to stop doing all the abominable things such as sodomy, okay, rape, pillage, stealing? Do you think they're going to stop oppressing the poor? Absolutely not. They're not going to stop doing it because right now, okay, in the heart of these doggone wicked demons, okay, they believe that they're going to get away with it, constantly get away with it. There's no one on earth to challenge Esau as we speak right now. The only man that will stand up boldly to challenge this doggone devil, as you see, is the man that on the highway and the byway. Those of us that will stand right out here on the front line, facing these people as they drive around in their metal coffin, clueless to the fact that you're a doggone target here in Great Babylon, America. Stupid doggone spicks, niggas, and doggone wetbacks. You are a doggone target. But they don't understand that. Fuck out of here. Alright? So they're not going to. Alright? It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it should be well with them that fear power, which fear before him is going to be well before us. We get to stand up and we get to watch every single day as the wicked speak wicked things against us. They cursing, they arraying, evil message and evil tone out on the media, labeling our people as criminals, as thieves, as murderers, as drug dealers, when they in fact own all of the necessary, okay, logistics, okay, OEM, okay, and manufacturers that produce these things, as well as distributing them and marketing them. But they curse and they point the finger at you. They're somehow always innocent when they do guilty things. They point the finger at the innocent, but they don't point the finger at themselves. Okay? Continuing, it says, but it should do well with them. It should not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before power. So they don't fear power. They don't fear God. They don't fear Yahweh. They don't fear the Mashiach. They don't fear who they call Jesus. To them, Jesus is this nice guy with a doggone long hair, green eyes, and he's a nice guy. Like, you know, he's going to come to your house and eat dinner and, you know, socialize with you. They're not thinking of a mighty power that's going to be coming back, that the whole world is going to tremble at and fear. Okay, that's going to render judgment on this wicked queendom. It's not even a kingdom. Okay, they don't have no fear. We do. So part of the walk of this is we gotta walk. We gotta tolerate the evil that we see around us. You put up a video, things that you will see in the hundreds of millions. Okay, on the pages on the internet or search. When you put it in your doggone video, they take it off. Other channels can go out there and they can put and they can say those things, but we have to speak encryption. We have to speak in encryption. We have to abbreviate everything we have to say. We can't speak out straight. Everybody else can say the C word. We can't say it. And you know why? Because they know exactly who we are. See, when a real man stand up to this doggone devil, he don't like a challenge. And that's the problem right there. Is people have the fear of someone that can stand up and speak like a doggone dragon. Or Salakia, who can speak like a doggone lion. Esau knows what we're talking about because we're speaking the judgment that the Lord Yahweh Shemashah is going to bring on him. The hypocrites. Straight up doggone hypocrites. Straight up hypocrites. And we will not bow to you. We will not bow to YouTube. We will not bow to Facebook. None of it. And we already know this ministry is coming to the end real soon. We already know the famine of the word is coming. And you people are playing, man. You people are playing out here. Okay? Because you're not seeing the great judgment. Okay? Because you don't have the eyesight to see it. We're seeing the judgment here. We are seeing the Edomites getting judged right now. We are seeing Esau is not getting his wicked agendas off the ground the way he thought he was going to get it. And when he do get it off the ground, all you people are going to suffer. All you people driving by in your car thinking that this is a joke. Okay, that you can mock us, slow down, take a picture, point your finger, laugh, giggle under your breath. You freaking cowards. Okay, you're going to suffer too. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah directs the ways of his men. He directs the ways, of the wicked. He directs the way of the clueless. He deceives the deceiver who deceived your stupid dumbass. The Lord Yahweh Shemashah does that. So if you people think that you're just going to somehow just get away scot-free and just waltz around and this man has an answer for you, you're in a serious delusional state. Okay? Let's go into the book of Proverbs 21 and verse 12. This is the book of Proverbs 21 and verse 12, and it reads, "The righteous man wisely considered the house of the wicked, but power overthroweth the wicked for their wickedness." And so we wisely consider all of the wicked agenda. We wisely consider when your doggone wicked ass king comes out and talk about make America great again. America will never be great again. It will never be great again. This place is subject to destruction. Nuclear holocaust. The Lord is going to pop these nations come destroy. Okay? The Lord is going to have these nations come against this place and destroy it. But before he does that, he's going to starve all you fat ass people that are driving around. Okay? In your delusional state thinking this is not going to happen. Okay? You will be out there. Let me tell you something, yo. All of you people driving by in your car, you will be out there looking for a guy that's dressed like me standing out on the highway and the byway. Whether it's in Texas, Oklahoma, Illinois, it doesn't matter what state, because you have brothers, okay, that have the true word, the true prophecies of Yahweh Shemel Shai, that are out there on the highway and byway, okay, giving their body as a sacrifice. Us get demanded to do. So you can rev up your engine, be a distraction, but when the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai bring that judgment on you, a lot of you men are going to be just like doggone little baby bitches. They took down a good video the other day that I put out. Okay? And I know they didn't take it down because there was a picture of a burnt up Jake at a stake, which is what they was doing to us in the 50s and early on, like that, when those terrorists known as the KKK would go around and grab Jakes off the street. 200 of them grabbing one doggone Jake. They were tied to a tree and hang from a tree and then burn the body. If you didn't want it to be brought out and exposed, then you shouldn't have taken a picture of it. We would not have had that. Part of being a witness is we get the evidence against the doggone defendant. And Esau right now, okay, you are the defendant. And you're going to lose. Court is in session. And you left a lot of clues around, you sloppy, stupid, whacked-ass caveman. Left a lot of evidence around for us to be able to come today, okay, and show the world who you really are. And the fact is you don't like it. You don't like it, neither do your minions. Neither do the doggone wicked 2/3 that friggin' doggone judge men by their status in society. How much clicks you got, how much likes you have, how popular you are. Do they print your net worth out in the doggone Forbes magazine? And even if that's the case right there, how many of y'all have Michael Jordan help? He's got a couple $1 billion. How many of y'all have he helped? So why are you worshiping him? Why are you worshiping an idol that doesn't do a damn thing for you? Michael Jordan will spit on you motherfuckers if you're on doggone fire, or you're doggone there praising this doggone man. He's been on a basketball. You haven't played a basketball game in what, 30 years? But he's what y'all see as a consummate man, a consummate Jake man. But what has he done for y'all? We showing y'all love by coming out here and putting our body out here as a sacrifice to warn you of the impending judgment of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah is going to bring to you. This is going to be real. You think this doggone mark, this doggone chip that they're going to bring to you is going to be just put into your body just so willingly and everybody's going to take it and it's going to be all good? Absolutely not. Just like the C-19, you had a heavy resistance. By the time they get to this, a lot of people would have either committed suicide, okay? You have the stress of nations, people fighting against each other, family turning on each other, friends turning on each other. What you people think is going to be a smooth walk to this doggone microchip? This is not going to be a smooth walk for you to go get this microchip. It ain't going to be just so simple as you walking up there and saying, hey, put it inside my doggone hand. You might not even live to get to the option to even get this in your doggone hand. You might not even live. Let's go into the book of Psalms 10 and 6, downward 6. Because Esau right now, you're setting up America. You get the tribes, looking at the ones that are being captured, and they think, okay, that's a good thing. The tribes are, if you have an inner conflict amongst the Hebrew Israelite, okay? You have an inner conflict amongst the Hebrew Israelite. Let me give you an example of that. Last night, the fight between Canelo and Crawford. And I've been a boxing fan for like 35 years. And, well, actually, even longer than that. I'll say 35 years. Yeah, 35 years. So I followed the career of these boxers. And you can see a clear division. If you're a dark-skinned Negro, like myself, people hate you more than they hate a light-skinned Negro. And I believe Canelo is a Jake. But you can see the animosity towards Crawford. And mainly is because he's a dark-skinned guy. And people naturally hate the dark-skinned Negro. They really do. They really hate us. Okay? And Crawford, smart to understand that. But, I like both boxers. Crawford came out on top. Nothing taken away from Canelo. Canelo never made no excuse. And it was entertaining. But that goes to show we have a division even amongst the children of Israel. And we don't even have nothing to be fighting amongst each other for. Come on. Two poor people fighting amongst each other is just so stupid. It's so stupid, but how do you get into the state of fighting against each other? It's because you are following the ways of the doggone oppressor. See, he's greedy. He wants it all. And possessions and wealth and richness is power. And that's what Jake desires, is power. You have even oppression going on in this ministry. Guys trying to use title to exalt themselves over other guys and taking advantage of them. I'm elder over you, so you give me your money, I'll take your shit and all that stuff. Shut up. This is how lost in the sauce our people are, man. And you as an individual man, stand the fuck up for your own, stand your ground. I don't give a fuck who it is. Respect no man, okay? Because he can't save your ass. That isn't to say you can't love, but at the same time, understand someone that's actually for you, uplifting you, is true to you, is a brother to you, versus someone that's actually trying to take advantage of you. Know the difference. What they say? Wolves in sheep clothing. Let's go into the book. Let's continue. Let's continue here with Psalms 10, starting with verse 6. And this is Esau. Okay? He's a wolf in sheep clothing. In fact, he's a dragon. And right now we're hearing the voice of that dragon. Okay, this is the book of Psalms 10, starting with verse 6, and it reads, let's talk about, yeah, you've heard it before. It's repetitive. Okay, it's repetitive. You don't like it, that's too bad for you. Okay, it's repetitive. It says, let's start with verse 4. It says, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek out powers, not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous, that judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He constantly puffeth at us. We are the enemy of Esau. Okay, Jacob is the enemy of Esau. The 12 tribe of Israel is the enemy of Esau. These other tribes, they're our enemies. These other tribes are the enemy of Esau. Okay, so this man, okay, who's wielding a big sword, he's that red horse that the Bible speak of, okay, is constantly having people in a state, okay, of fight or flight. Okay, fight or flight or bow down. That's just the way it is. So he's been given an overwhelming power, because this is what is needed when Yahushua returns. Yahushua is going to humble this doggone ass clown. Okay, shackle his ass up, starting with the elites. Okay, you Rockefellers, you're whether you old dusty old kikes are still living or not, your descendants, your children are going to be the first to slavery. Okay. So the kings of the earth, you're going to be the first one that are going to go into slavery. You're going to be the first ones going out there. You're going to be the first ones to create those tools, okay? Beating those weapons into plowshares, getting ready to clean up all the mess, the dead bodies, get this earth purified over a period of 1,000 years. And it's going to be brutal. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privy set against the poor. Whose eyes is he set up against? Us. We're the target. Make no mistake about it, Jake, you are the target of this doggone man's vengeance. You are the target of this man's wrath. You are the target of this man's hate. Don't ever get comfortable, ever, ever, ever. Now the Lord gave us enough for what we need. In some cases, he gave us our desire. Maybe, for example, you might have want a bench press or a bench to do weights at home or something like that. The Lord gave you that because you like to work out. Okay? He may even give you a PlayStation. You know, something you use to go, you know, relax your mind in some other respect like that. He gives you food that you like. You know, you like lamb, you like beef, those things like that. But we are never to get relaxed, man. You get brothers with nice cars. You know, they feel comfortable with that. Maybe that helped keep their spirit up too. The Lord gave you that. Okay? The Lord gave you that. Brothers get a decent crib that they could, you know, live in and go back to, you know. The Lord gave you that. But that don't mean we get comfortable. Don't forget what your first love is. And your first love is to what? Serve Yahushua Mashiach. Get your ass out there. Get off the damn couch and do the work. It's not always easy, man. I feel like shit when I can't do a lesson. I really do. And it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, under the constraint of like, gee, you know, I just did something like that. I'm repeating the same scriptures. This is all I know. You know, sometimes you feel that bad. Like you feel like what you're saying is so simple. You know, in comparison to certain other brothers who have the hit, you know, who have deep knowledge, you know, they're getting like 2, 3, 4,000 views, and you get like 10 and 5, and you know, this is all those plagues in your mind like that because, you know, you think something's wrong. What's wrong with you? You know, but not everybody's going to be on the top. That's just the way it is. And quite frankly, do you really want to be that guy? You know, like I mentioned earlier about Crawford and Canelo. Guess what? The target is now on Crawford's back. Every doggone punk in boxing now wants to take him. So he's got a lot of pressure on him right now to prove himself. This is get out of here. I hate flies. This is 2nd Ezra 16. Let's talk about what's going on right now. Okay, we have a division that's going on right now. I don't understand how Jake is not seeing what's being set up right now, man. There's a setup right now for atrocity on a level you can't begin to comprehend. And we've never experienced this in the United States, okay? We've never experienced this in the United States. When was the last time we saw an actual civil war? We read about it. And when you look at what they were using back in those days, you know, there's the musket, you know, and push, and you had to get close combat. The population was a hell of a lot smaller. You know, you didn't really have urban warfare. It was more of like, they all go out, they lined up, and then they fired a little cannon, and then they charge at each other. And that's how it looked. At least that's what they portray in the movies. I don't know how it was in real life. But this time around, shit, you got drones and chemical warfare. They could have a drone fly over Jake neighborhood and spray everybody while they're sleeping with some chemical, and you have thousands of people dead. Wake up. And it's going to get to that point where Esau's going to play very dirty. At first, the campaign is going to be arrest and try to make it look civilized and that, but at some point in time, they're going to cordon off different parts of these cities, especially like where Jake is living. And whether you are YN or not, you're going to get caught up in this. It doesn't matter. You're a target. We are a target as the Hebrew Israelites. We are a target. Men, women, children. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a switch. You don't have to even be a combative person. This man does not care. He's demonstrated that he doesn't fight fair. Okay? 2nd Ezra 16. And it's down to verse 68. And it reads, for behold, actually, let's talk about who you actually really should fear first. Because we're going to see this happening here, but this is why this precept came ahead of what I'm actually about to read to you. This is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 67. It says, behold, power himself is the judge, which is God, Yahweh. Fear him, leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities. To meddle no more in them forever, so shall power lead you forward and deliver you from all trouble. Honor the Sabbath to the best of your ability. And we're here in captivity, man. So you can't keep the laws. It's just the way it is. But don't go on being intentional, wicked ass demon eater. Right? Turn to Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, for behold, the burning rod of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idol. And they that can send unto them shall be hidden in derision, reproach, and trodden under foot. You can go with men in this ministry who already know that they're Hebrew Israelites. Maybe men who are even come out on the highway and the byway or doing lessons or a case like that. Not to mention the tens of millions of our people that are out there. Esau is going to try to pressure you to death. Waterboard, beat the crap out of you, all those things. So you got to have a mindset that you might die. You gotta have the mindset that you might die. You get out the mindset. You have a doubt in your mind, all that stuff like that, and you wanna tweet, you wanna go all, quiet with your words and sugarcoat shit because you're starting to feel a little fear like that. You're not gonna be the type, that is going to resist the temptation to yield to this doggone devil, you are going to bow right away. I mean, he's in persecuting you, and you got dudes already talking about, well, you get a kind of like, you know, this and that, and it's like, okay. It says, for there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. We fear the Lord, the natural Hebrew Israelites, we fear the Lord. Okay, whether you're teaching, whether you believe it or not, we fear the Lord, Jake. And we're already seeing that happening right now. What's happening in all these cities right now? They're persecuting so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. They're persecuting their ass around these different cities. You know that out here in El Paso, that they have the largest internment camp that is set up to put you people, starting with your kids, you, women, men, in that internment camp out there at Fort Bliss. Okay? But yes, sir, y'all drive around here clueless to hell here in El Paso. There are people in El Paso don't even know that there's a large internment camp, a large torture camp. Okay? It's hot as hell out here, 3-digit degrees weather. And they can put you in there with all the air conditioning, feed you the worst kind of food that you could even possibly imagine. You think the crop that you're buying right now is bad? Do you really believe that they're giving it over to contractors? You think those contractors are going to go take the money that they get, which is a budget, and buy good food and feed you when you're supposed to be a prisoner? When you've been labeled a criminal? No, they're not going to do it. It's not a state prison. It's not federal prison. They're going to give you the worst crop. You might be very well be eating dog meat inside those doggone internment camp. They're going to feed you dog meat. Okay? They're going to feed you that stuff. During the C-19, okay, time, there was a spot in El San Jose that I would go into, and I would stand up there, and they would have these doggone vans. They'd have these vans stand up, parked there, and they would be so-called feeding the homeless. You know, Jake's in distress. And guess what they had? They had a table right over there in which you would go, which if you were illiterate, you were going to sign an X to it, and they take you inside a little canvas tent, and they stick you, and then you go get your plate of food. And I used to speak about it all the time, and I lost 3 channels because I would look at that and I would speak on that, man. Why don't you just, if you want to help them, give them the food. Why do they have to get stick with a needle? Why? All right? It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing them, but so spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them into their houses. Then shall it be known whom I chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Okay, tried as gold in the fire. We come out here like that. This is a pretest. And the biggest thing that we desire is none of us fold. I don't see any of you brothers fold. I don't see any of you sisters fold, man. Okay? Maybe all of us have health issues and pains and suffering and things and issues, things that are plaguing our body for the last 20, 30 years. What's the point of preserving this body? What's the point of preserving this body and losing your soul? What's the point? Huh? You already said that you're going to be in derision if you give in. I mean, you'll be looked at really, despised. Wow, and that's why they can laugh at you when you give up and go, oh, okay, man, fuck you, Esau. Okay, let's go into Isaiah 32 and start in verse 9. This is just always a warning to you Hebrews, like women. I said I don't do lessons on Eve. I really don't. I don't. You do it. I don't. But I'm going to give you a little. This is a part of it right here. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled. You careless women, for the village shall fail. The gathering shall not come." We give you all a warning. We give you all a warning. If you're already in the ministry, if you're Eve and you're true to it, Yahweh Shema Shai bless you. Okay, but I have many cars that drive by here. And a lot of Eves, when I say Eves, I'm talking about the so-called Latino and black women that are out here, a few black women, so-called black women out here, many little Latino women, they look, but they don't stop. You see, there's a change that comes with this right now. You all have been used to being propped up, worshipped by these doggone weak men. Okay, and the society has you thinking that you're equal to a man. Well, we're gonna find out. Because in case y'all haven't noticed on YouTube and TikTok, a lot of women are crying that they can't make ends meet and no man is trying to help them. Nobody's into you. Nobody wants your box. Your box is crap. Nobody wants that shit. You're overweight and fat. The man has always spent, for decades now, the man has always had to spend a lot of time, building his body up, muscularizing his body, trying to get the 6-7 figures, whatever the case is like that. And all you have to do is just doggone take a zip tie and tie your doggone fat, and then present yourself. You women don't even try to even fix yourself up. You come fat, nasty, disgusting, you're wicked, you're prideful, and you think that's gonna work. For those women out there that are homeless right now, or they're sleeping in their cars and all that stuff, wait till the society collapses and you don't have the safety of sleeping in your car anymore. Wait. We're not concerned about you. The men of the Lord are not, what they say, thirsty. I can speak for myself. I'm not thirsty. You're not my type, really. Okay? And I was doing the passport, bro, long before that became popular on the internet. Alright? Sit on that for a second. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women, but the vengeance shall fail and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled. The careless one strip you and make you bear sackcloth upon your loins. If you women are with a man that right now is allowing you to just walk all over him right now, you should be concerned. If you women are with a man right now, okay, that hasn't squared your ass away and that is not in this ministry, you should be concerned. Okay? You should be concerned. The Lord is going to take that weak doggone nigga and that weak spirit out of your life. He is going to get put into a internment camp, deleted with his dumb ass out here. Okay? Or he's going to be put on one of those damn C-130 and flown over to the Middle East to go fight. So keep being that way. You're the most undesirable women on earth. Physically, you're unattractive. Mentally, you're friggin' retarded. Okay? And you have no spirit. You have no spirituality in you. You're absolutely freaking useless. Quite frankly. And believe it or not, there's a lot of brothers that are not married to you, Eve. Okay? Married to something else. Other tribe members. Okay, so keep acting like that. Keep acting like that. It's not, But I don't waste my time and my breath talking to you doggone women, because I have no interest in your ass, quite frankly. All right. This is Jeremiah 30:4-7, and let's go into let's talk about the created man in the present. Okay. It says, alas. Okay, let's start from verse 6. Let's start from actually verse 4, and it says, and these are the words of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. Okay? When you get the door kicked down, get beat down, when you can't sleep at night because your neighbor, because you get these roving gangs that are going around, checking out houses. They drive around in the daytime, they looking, they sizing you up, they sizing up your house. Your house is a target. Okay? You got a lot of cats going on around, and I've seen it around here. They'll try to give you a service like they want to do fumigation inside your house, but in reality what they're doing is they're wearing a body cam and they're coming and checking out your goods, and they're filming it. And I've had them approach me like that, and I said no. And I've had to get hostile before, because I've had them not want to leave. I understand what you're looking to do. Okay? You want to get in, and you respond to my abode and see what you can come to later on like that. So you got to be smart these days. You got to be smart these days, okay? You have to be smart. And dreadlock Drake going around there with his long hair like a... See, when man wouldn't have long hair like that, you have a feminine spirit in you. Okay, because you think you're pretty. Now how I know that? Because I used to wear the daggone shit. And I used to think I was pretty too. You know, that's when I could actually grow hair. And it says, ask ye now, and see whether doth a man travail with child. Therefore, wherefore do I see every man with the sound of his loin as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Scared as hell. Scared. It's going to be a pitiful day for you doggone men. Okay, it's going to be embarrassing. It says, alas, for that day is so great. It's great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved of it. Only the one third will be saved of it. It's not going to save you doggone punk ass fools. It's not going to save you weak ass men. It's not going to save you sensitive men. It's not going to save you men that don't have a friggin' doggone pair of gonads between your damn leg. Okay? You doggone coward. Stay away from men like me. Stay away. If you're a piece of shit, wicked ass, stupid, weak ass nigga or spick, stay the hell away from me. Stay away from me. Esau shows y'all, Esau has a reason to actually hold back. Let's go into Isaiah 3, starting with 12. Book of Isaiah 3, starting with 12, and it reads, as for my people, children are the oppressors, and women rule over them. Oh, my people, they which need thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. Of course, if you hear this up a bitch's ass, then of course you can't see where you're going. A woman is stupid, plain and simple. Her purpose is to serve you and bear children. That's it. And pleasure you. That's it. Help you. So why in the hell would you let a doggone, why would you let something like that lead you? It's stupid. Naturally. It said the Lord Yahweh Shemel shall stand up to plead and stand up to judge the people. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyards and spoil of the poor is in your house. Okay? Let's go to verse 16. It says, moreover, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, they're whores, basically, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab of crown off the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai will discover their secret parts. Okay? In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments around about their feet and their calls and their round ties like the moon, the chains, the bracelets, and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands, and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and those jewels. Okay, the changeable suits of apparel and mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. Okay, etc., etc. In other words, it's going to take away your beauty, make you fat, obese, nasty, big mouth, stink breath, bad breath. And he also made your doggone coochie smell like doggone rotten fish. And that's what Jakes have to deal with. That's the option that a lot of Jakes have right there. That shit. And because Jake have actually bowed down to that, because Jake is poor. Okay, when I say Jake, I'm talking about Jake man, the so-called black man, Latino man, Native American, Indian man, but especially the so-called Negro man. Okay, that's his option right there. Like a beach, rotten coochie, bald-headed, doggone, loudmouth, stink-mouth bitch. Okay? And he has to bow down, and he has no choice to get that, or spend the rest of his life doggone beaten off. And that's why these women here are so swollen up, because guess what? You can look like that and actually get a man. So that's why they had it. So that's why they constantly looking for the next dick. They're constantly looking for the next dick. Imagine that. Imagine you don't have to do nothing. You could be a big, fat, disgusting shit, ugly, stink, nasty crap. And yes, so you can go get a Jake with a six-pack ab who work out 7 days a week and who probably even get a decent job and all that stuff. Imagine that. Imagine that. And that's been what has happened here in Great Babylon, America. That's why these women are so cocky. That's why they're so cocky. Because in other cultures, that's not the case. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 1, Psalm 26, and let's talk about who we are really. It's 1 Corinthians 1, Psalm 26 reads, for you see your calling, brethren, How that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many nobles are called. The power are chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and power are chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Who he chose? People like me. People like me that people would ignore. People like me people wouldn't spit on if I was on fire. People like me who wouldn't give me a drink of water if I was thirsty. People like me who wouldn't help me up if I fall. People like me who would laugh at me right now if a car was to just slip off the road and just conveniently hit me and bash me into a tree and jack my ass up. Okay? People like me who are homeless and picking up bubble gum off the sidewalk to eat. People like me who are strung out on drugs. People like me who are addicted to alcoholism and everything that's just bad. Okay? That's the image that's the image of what people have of people like me. Yahweh Shemashai chose a low. We now fit into this world. Okay? To do what? To bring out his words. And we stand up brave when we do it. We look you right in your eyes. I don't turn away. Do I turn away when these people drive by or they pull up right there? No, I look you in your doggone eyes. A lion does not look away from a prey. I don't see you people as nothing more than a weak shit stain, okay, that I can't wait to laugh at when you catch me on hell, for real. Alright? Let's go into, it says, and base things of the world, and things which are despised, had power chosen, yea, things which are not, bring to naught things that are. To bring forward, okay, what's written in here is prophecy of things to come. A great tribulation, lack of food, seditions amongst men, the sword, the animals coming out there to bite your ass and kill you, snakes, spiders, animals, newly created, people fighting against each other, people turning on each other. You're gonna run out of gas eventually. How many of you actually can walk fucking going 2 or 3 or 5 miles if you had to? How many of you can walk around 50, 60 pounds in your back for 5 miles? If you had to. How many of you know how to ration food? How many of you know how to climb a tree if you had to escape from something? How many of you know how to pull your damn body up? How many of you men can drag your fat, obese, friggin' wife, put her on your back, plus your kids on your arm and walk with her? How many of you willing to stand up and tell people around you, look here, gird your doggone loins up? Trouble is here. You're not cut out to be leaders, man. Okay? You men are not cut out to be leaders. Let's go into John 15, verse 19. We actually never fit into this world. And this is John 15, verse 19. It reads, this is all in red letters, so this is the Mashiach word for Jesus speaking. It says, if ye were of the world would love his own, but because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. They hate us, and we don't care. Like Crawford stood up there last night and he said, thanks to the haters, thanks to all my fans for coming up, thanks to all the haters for showing up. Because, see, for you haters, he gets 15 cents out of every dollar you spend to show up there to go boo him. So who really is the winner? You really believe we give a shit if you like us? I could care less. It changes not a damn thing. Okay? Nothing. It changes absolutely nothing. Okay? Nothing. This is a stage right here. I love this. Alright? I love being ignored. It says, remember the word I said unto you, the servant is not greater than the Lord. If they have persecuted me, they also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will also keep yours also. That doesn't mean that if you come up here and slap me, I'm going to stand up and take it. No, I will take this, and I will friggin' go on and deal with you. I will deal with you. You will be dealt with. But we don't go out looking for problems. We're not carnal. But we're not punks either. Don't get it twisted. Okay, and many people have tried that with brothers in this ministry where they go on and try to think. We some doggone pulpit, bald-headed, goody two-shoe doggone guys. We're not like that. The prophets were not doggone bitch-ass niggas that just let you come and go and do what you're going to do. No. Whatever you bring, you will get. Double. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, too, we understand that you're haters, and we actually don't care. It says, But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they have not known me. No, Salakia says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they kept persecuted me, they will also persecute you, taking down our videos, making up lies, and we know you're going to come after some of us. We got it. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had no sin. Not sin, had sin, but now they had no cloak for their sin. So we came and spoke to you. Okay, they're going to say, whoa. Y'all sure now came and spoke to us. Jesus never spoke to us. Yeah, you did. Right here. Okay? There's about freaking 50 spaces of parking space behind me. Over there's another 100. There ain't no excuse, Jake. We put videos up there. I think it was the elder brothers and from the bishops and they was talking about the fact that there is more than enough videos that are put up on YouTube. Okay? Odyssey and different platforms. More than enough for you to come across it. More than enough for you that if you actually click on even IUIC and those like that, eventually you will get across the GMS and the likewise brothers who are preaching the true gospel without any doubt. So there's no excuse. I came across it. I never even used to stay on YouTube. I used to go on YouTube just to watch like some 80s show and stuff like that. And one day I saw, I believe it was ISUPK or IUIC, and I clicked on it out of curiosity, and that's how I found out I was a Hebrew Israelite. And then from there, it evolved until I got to the real prophets. Okay? So we ain't fretting. If Yahushua accepts us, that's all that counts. That's all that matters. Because he's the one that's going to speak on our behalf to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who's the Most High, to protect us from his wrath. Okay, to not kill us. All right? So that's the only love we want. That's the only thing we care for. We don't care if you like us. I don't give a shit. I don't. I really don't. Even before coming into the truth, people thought it didn't mean shit to my ass. It really didn't. I look at things from a logical perspective. Okay? James 4, Psalm verse 4. Let's talk about the friendship of the world. It says, ye adulterers and adulterers, know ye not the friendship of the world is enmity with power. Whosoever therefore be friends of this world is the enemy of power. If they like you, man, if you now suddenly go from being a hip-hop fiend, like Snoop Dogg, into now wearing bow tie and, cooking with Midas Stewart and stuff like that, and, you're making your money, you're getting adoration. First of all, every time the so-called white man smile at me, the only thing I keep thinking about is that he's looking down on me and making a mockery of me. I did a sociology class in the University of New Hampshire. And the professor specifically went on the issue of race. And part of that was, it was revealed that so-called white people look at so-called black children as little furry animals. That's why they'll come up and go, oh, so cute and so adorable. Because when they're looking at your child, they're looking at your child as like a little furry bunny or a little squirrel or some shit like that. Okay? Esau, the male, will look at you as a male, Jake. If you're muscular, you're tall, you look like you might have a big penis or something like that, he's looking at you as a way of, in a sexual way. He's envying your muscle, he's envying your body. He's thinking about you to bring you home to his wife, to poke his wife out, while he masturbates. Okay, carcooling. That's them. Okay? The so-called white woman, she fantasizes crazy about the doggone black man, whether she wants to admit it or not. Even the most racist one. And I can give you a story on that. You won't believe how many doggone racist, doggone white women will lay in bed with you. You won't believe it. How easy it is to get them. Alright? You won't believe. It says, that's it. All right, let's go to John 15 and 16. Now I was there before, because we're talking about the ultimate friend here. The ultimate friend that we have is Yahushua. Okay. He's the ultimate friend. He's the ultimate one. That's what we want to please. The Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, but we have to go through the Son. We can't get directly to the Father. All right? It says, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. See that? Ye, us, are his friends if we do whatever he command us. What did he say? Do the best of your ability to keep the commandments. Don't be all righteous, but don't be all wicked. Why kill yourself? He did the big labor. He did the work for us. Go out down the highway and about and feed his sheep. Stand up out here. What the hell are you worrying about? What the gear and chair? These people ain't shit, man. Okay? They wish they could do this. They don't even understand what this is about. The Lord have them driving into oblivion, not realizing that this the words up here could very well save their life. They don't have a clue about it. You know? It said, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made it known unto you. So guess what? If we're telling you that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, his plan is to destroy, his will is to destroy Great Babylon America, it's going to happen. That his will is to bring mass starvation here, it's going to happen. To bring the sword against the people against each other, it's going to happen. The beasts of the field that are going to come and terrorize you people, it's going to happen. The spirits of those spirits of ghosts, what they call them, they're going to come. Okay, the fact that you're going to go wild and crazy. Now you get people freaking out right now, losing their mind of not being able to make ends meet and all that stuff. Wait till you're by yourself. Wait till you're separated. Wait till everybody turn on your ass and you by yourself. The mind works on you, man. The pain in the mind is more heavier than the physical pain that you're going to be experiencing. Because nothing is going to be more painful than being rejected by people that you thought had your back, by people you thought were your friends or your family. When they isolate you, when they ostracize you, when they start visiting you in the internment camp because it becomes too dangerous, when they're not willing to go drive through the barricades of these cities, okay, to get over to you. You wait. When there's no communication. You wait. Then you can see what loneliness, starvation, all that stuff come there together. And most of you people are just going to be perplexed so much in your mind. Okay, it's going to be too much for you. And that's a judgment. All right, let's go into the book of Matthew 10. The book of Matthew 10. And starting with verse 38. Let's talk about the spirit of the people where they're at right now. Because people, remember when Noah was out there for 120 years, okay, building the ark. This guy, the prophet's been out here, last 60 years right now, doing this ministry. And we know right now we're coming towards the end. Okay? We're coming towards the end right now of doing the ministry. So there was a warning. But the people don't heed the warning. Because they're in a spirit, okay, of perpetual mirth. They're in a spirit of perpetual mirth. They will not hear the warning that the prophets are bringing. And it says, well, let's talk about the fact that we have a cross to bear. The cross to bear that you have is the fact that love is true. It's not a burden, but it's on your mind. Because everything that you look at and everything you've been taught, you now need to reevaluate and you also have to forget. And for some people, that's not going to be possible. For others, it's like, yeah, I see it. And that's because the Lord has opened your eyes to see it. It says, that's how verse 37 says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. It don't mean you don't hate your parents or your children. It's just that if you have an obsession with the continuity of this place, and you're not worthy of your house child. You're not worthy to be saved. You're not worthy. Okay? You're not ready to take up the cross. You're not ready to lose. It says, and he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that find his life should lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. So you have a lot of people that are not willing to take up the cross. They're not willing to go do the work. They rather stand up in a damn pulpit, and how many people walk up to the camps and go, "Where's your church? Blah blah blah. Where's your flyer? Where's your card?" Well, we don't do that. You stand up in order, and you hear it, and you can go to the YouTube page and you can go listen to it and go subscribe. If you can't do that, and you can't put that kind of effort into it, it's not for you. You think we're out here, the brothers that are out here individually or in a group preaching or teaching, we took notes, stacks and stacks of books and notes for years. Some brothers did it in months, others took years. And then you come out here and you apply what you study and go there and go do the work to be that sacrificial lamb of God. Okay? It says, he that receiveth you, receiveth me. He that receiveth me, receiveth him that sent me. So, if they receive you, then they receive the Mashiach. They receive the Mashiach, they receive the Father. See how that goes? Because he's ahead of us. The Father's ahead of him. But you get a lot of people, they don't want to go do the work. They hear us, but they not do us. They're scared. What are they going to think about me? What are they going to do? I can't do that. I can't put my family at risk. And that's why you have a lot of dudes who don't want to do this. They rather be keyboard prophets and just stand behind and quote scriptures and stuff. Okay? Maybe that might be your Lord. I don't know. But I find it really weird that you can quote scriptures, but you can't want to do a lesson. It makes me really rethink. You look at you really weird. What are you afraid of? This is Luke 9, starting with verse 59. It reads, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahushua said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of hell. And so you ain't got time to meddle into this world and stuff like that, man. They ain't saying you have to be disrespectful to your parents or other things like that. But at the same time, to let everybody know what's number one in your life. Doing the service of the Lord Yahushua. That's the number one. Okay? Let people deal with their bullshit out here. If they want to be lost, if a man wants to have his head up his ass, let him have his head up his ass. I don't care. Alright? It says, and another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell at home at my house. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of power. Basically, he's not looking for weak-ass men that's like, oh boy. You know, you can kind of go look back and, you know, strolling through pictures and going through memory lane and all that shit. And that's why I put all that stuff away. My life before I came into this truth, I put that stuff in a box and hide it. I don't want to look at it. I don't have memorabilia hanging up in my own house. Remind me of what I used to do, things I accomplished. You know, plaques, awards, all those things and that. Because all those things put you in that damn spirit of resentment or put you in that spirit of, man, this is what I was out there like that. Because that's part of that pride here in Great Babylon, America. The need to feel, you know, proud, to feel like you accomplished something. Okay? Look at all my plaques. Look at all my degrees. Look at all my awards that I got. Whatever career you was in, whatever achievement you was, you know, because it's going to put you in that spirit. And that's what pull a lot of guys back into the world, because of the fact is that they keep lingering on to something that was in the past. You're still lingering on to the glory days of when you were, of when you were somebody. You're still lingering. You're still lingering onto those days of when you were somebody. All right? This is Ezekiel 33. Look at Ezekiel 33. And sound was 4. I don't know. Jake just now just waved at me. You know, he was in the back there. He was looking at something, but he waved. You know, and some people kind of get an idea of what I do up here. You know, some people get an idea of what I do up here because they see me out here every Sunday. You know, when I'm not traveling. So they're getting out here. It's not windy today, which is good. Let's close over the book of Ezekiel 33, sound verse 4. Some of the many facets of the ministry. It says, then whosoever heareth this, okay, let's start with verse 1. It goes, again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, and the people of the land take a man of their coasts, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet, and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood should be upon his own head. So we blow the sound of the trumpet. Yeah, we have illustrations and stuff up here, and we show them. YouTube goes to graphic images, they take your video down and all that stuff. But this is your history. You can't change what you are. You're a murderer. You're a sodomite. You're a rapist. You're a thief. Okay? You've proven that. See, it was all good and well while we was all sleeping like that, and the world just accepted what you did to us, and they just joy and laugh and go, oh, yeah. But now that your kingdom is falling, and we're exposing you with this word, and now it's becoming very obvious who you really are, based on how, and people looking and putting two and two together, even your own people. Now, you can't have this out there, but it doesn't make any difference. And the Lord is going to humiliate you, doggone crackers, if you ever try to freaking doggone touch us and hurt his prophets. You will get some. But he's going to put a hurt in your ass, and we know it, and you know it. Okay? It says, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took no warning. His blood should be upon him, but he had taken warning, should deliver his soul. It means that you want to hear the truth. You can wave all you want. I don't need your support like that. I don't need your... Just come up and hear the word. Ask questions. Be curious. What are you doing? What's this about? I want to know. I want to know who I am. I want to know who the red man is. What do they have in store for us? What does the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have in store for me? What does he have in store for these doggone wicked doubters? Okay? It says, but if the watchmen see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, being lazy, I don't care. And the people be not warned. If the sword comes, you get the mark of the beast coming. We're telling you, this is next. When this comes, you people are going to understand what the devil is about. This is not going to be implemented, okay, as a means of a smooth transition. There's going to be a lot of blood spilled before they implement this. There's going to be a lot of blood spilled before they implement this. That doggone little punk-ass Edomite thought he had the whole weekend to go celebrate after he spoke at that university. And the Lord brought his ass in the spirit world. So none of you are guaranteed to make it home today, driving past me. None of you are guaranteed to see next weekend. None of you. Okay? That's why it says, boast not of tomorrow. You don't know what it's going to bring. And it says, if the sword come and take away any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require the watchman's hand. If no man did the work, if the apostles didn't get out there and go do the work, and they did it through the hard way, going to libraries and all that stuff, they didn't do the work and do the groundwork. Those build brothers who build brothers who build brothers who build brothers who build brothers. Okay? Nobody would be one. I would still be in the world fluttering around thinking this is the end all be all. Esau is the ultimate man. They're the doggone real Hebrews. They're the real Jews over there. I'm just a Negro from Africa. I don't know what tribe I'm from, but I'm from Africa. And can't figure out why the hell I'm at the damn bottom. Can't figure out why people hate me. Can't figure out why I don't fit in. And we all were like that out there in the world, wondering like, what the hell is this shit? And then it was revealed to us. We got our answer. Alright, it says, so thou, son of man, hast set thee a watchman upon the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth and warn them for me. When we get this isn't for us to go put away and go, well, I know, but you don't know. No. Okay, so this is not about being selfish. It's about being generous out there, especially when you had to find and feeding the sheep. Okay, we were set up. The Mashiach, okay, came down and he died, man, 33 years old. Okay, Yahweh Shema Shai had a purpose for us. He liked us so much, even though he punished us, he sent his son to die for us. Put him in the flesh, sent him as the ultimate sacrifice, simply because we simply couldn't keep it. We couldn't serve him. We couldn't do it. We just can't do it. We can't. All willing, the elect was edify the close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Shalom.